Seems like nowadays there are so many different choices when it comes to technology that we use in our day-to-day lives, and this diversity of choice breeds to really lazy and boring marketing campaigns. Advertising for televisions and white goods are pretty bad culprits for this. However, there is one technology that takes the cake for bad advertising, when it has no right to. Telephones. Mobile phones are a cornerstone of our modern society, especially to young people, with 95% of 15 to 17-year-olds being connected to the internet. Most of which connected by mobile phones, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Mobile phones are far too ubiquitous to have disgraces of advertisements like this. I don't care. Even though mobile phones are the main way in which we consume social media, marketing for them hasn't caught up. I mean, there are smartphone ads on social media, but they're structured like old school print advertising. Almost everything is different in one advertisement, from Nokia advertising their new phone, the 8, aka the Sirocco. In one short minute they accomplished everything that was lacking in many previous attempts. The best thing about this ad is the humour. It uses filmmaking techniques and voiceover to create humour throughout the ad, and the information is conveyed quite efficiently in the 1 minute time frame, so it doesn't overstay its welcome and doesn't get stale. As consumers view it, they are entertained and less likely to divert their attention. This ad is really engaging compared to heaps of other smartphone ads where they might go on and on about how many megapixels the camera has or how powerful the internal processor is, because the average consumer doesn't care about all these specifics. Don't get me wrong, quality is still important. But all the audience requires to make their decision is it good or bad? During the commercial for Nokia, this is how they let you know there's a good camera.
In real life, your friends aren't models, so you depend on the quality of your camera.
And that's it. Now the average consumer knows the camera is good, and they found this information while being entertained by a joke. Anybody who really cares about the specifics of something like this are going to do their research before making such an involved purchase. So you don't need to tell them in the ad. This advertisement does the same thing immediately after mentioning the camera when they talk about the speakers. They do it offhandedly and with a joke, but don't forget to describe them as great quality. This happens multiple times throughout the ad, where boring information is mixed with humour to make it memorable and entertaining. I mean, which ad is better? This? Or this?
You need a phone that smoothly guides you to that friendly car mechanic for yet another ripoff. Ordinary life deserves an extraordinary phone.
Now, purchasing a smartphone is a pretty risky and highly involved decision for most people. Most will think, I'm going to use this thing every day, and it's going to cost a pretty hefty chunk of change no matter which brand I get, so I better get the best value I can. Therefore, people will research and compare and spend time poring over which is best. But the purpose of this ad isn't specific information delivery. It's novelty, and intends to attract people to research the things that are most important to them in their phone. This technique of using quirky and genuine humour is hardly innovative in the context of video advertisements. However, it is rarely seen in smartphone ads. The type of advertisement is slightly reminiscent of the classic Old Spice ads.
Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell it. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamond.
Yeah, those ones. Both campaigns are similar in that they lean heavily on humour to break the mold of other ads for similar products. And this technique saw Old Spice market share grow by 8.6% over the year. Nokia has used this advertisement to innovate by letting an interesting brand personality shine through its marketing. All of this considered, the Nokia advertisement isn't flawless. The first flaw is in that the advertisement is designed to be played on television. Given that this ad is targeted at young people who consume less traditional television than ever, this seems to be a mistake. However, the ad could be played on online media. This would be much more apt given the target audience. However, the change of medium also brings about potential flaws, the most relevant of which is the fact that the video has an extremely slow start. This is relevant in an online medium because many sites that run video advertisements include a skip feature, which allows users to cut the ad short after 5 seconds. Therefore, the first 5 seconds of video advertisements online are, for the most part, explosive and exciting in their genesis. Because of this, the video must first sell itself as a worthy investment of time for the viewer, before it can actually do its job. This is the start of the Nokia Sirocco advertisement.
Up in the cold north, we're taught to craft extraordinary things you can depend on.
It's just dead air and the most boring voiceover of the video. Even though it does lend itself to a joke, the false start will likely lead many people turning away before any information is even conveyed. Compare this to the Old Spice commercials.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me.
New Old Spice shaving gel is newer than a fresh pair of socks. Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no!
Now that is how you utilize the medium. There are options for longer advertisement slots up to 30 seconds. However, this would mean that the original video would have to be heavily cut, which could risk losing the initial charm. However, this quirky charm could be maintained with a pretty simple edit. Cutting the initial 11 seconds of dead air and uninteresting voiceover may actually improve the advertisement by making it more concise. This combined with the first thing you see being this. It may not be Old Spice levels of in your face, but is a much more intriguing and zany start than it was before. Let's review. The Nokia Sirocco innovates by incorporating personality into a previously bland template of advertising and conveying the right information to the right audience. It does fall down in its choice of medium and potential to integrate in other mediums. But all this aside, I look forward to seeing if other advertisements follow suit.